What's up, guys? This is Pooka, bringing you another episode of Poké Center, your home for Pokemon TCG news, tournament results, and more. Now, I apologize, this is episode number 6, but it's probably been about a month since I did the last episode. I apologize for that. Haven't had too much time lately, but in this episode we will be discussing some recent tournament results from national championships across the world, also some Battle Road results, because the first couple weeks of those are in the books. And also we got some Pokemon TCG Online news and some news about some brand new tins coming out. So we got a lot of stuff to discuss. It's all coming up next here on Poké Center. So, the first couple weeks of national championships across the world have completed. Countries like Norway, Denmark, all sorts of countries had their national championships. Some of them featured the new set Dark Explorers, some didn't, and I think everybody's more interested in the ones that involve Dark Explorers, so we will go into the results of those. For the most part, everybody was wondering, how is the new set going to impact the format? Is Darkrai EX going to live up to its hype? Or will the other decks just keep going on and stuff like Zekrom Electric, CMT, are those decks still going to be as dominant as they were? And the answer is Darkrai trumped all of them. It looks like Darkrai EX definitely lived up to its hype. It won just about every national championship, and in some cases it even took all of the top spots. For example, in Argentina, it took all 4 of the top 4 spots. Now, Darkrai has been being played with all sorts of different stuff. We've seen it be played with Terrakion. It's also been played with Tornadus EX. Seen some versions with Weavile. But for the most part, Darkrai EX is the main focus of this deck. And it's a very, very strong card. Takes advantage of the new Dark Patch. And really, it's just been absolutely dominant so far. So we'll see if that carries over into the other national championships, like United States, Canada, Mexico, and everywhere else around the world. We will see if people will adapt to the new set, or if Darkrai really is that strong. So those are your national championship results for now. Try to keep you updated when we get new ones, and we'll see how the format develops now that we have Dark Explorers to work with. Battle Roads have started up here around the US and other places as well, and it's our first chance to see how Dark Explorers will influence the US metagame. We will see if Darkrai is as dominant here as it is overseas, and right now the results are a little mixed. Yes, Darkrai is getting a lot of play. It's won quite a few Battle Roads, but there's also been quite a bit of diversity in the results. Now, for these smaller scale tournaments, it's not too big of a surprise because they aren't always the most competitive tournaments in the world, but it is interesting to see decks like Zekrom Electric still alive, CMT still working, and we've also had some other strange decks popping up. Ones featuring Kling Klang, the one with shift gear that allows you to move metal energy around. Also allows you to move Rainbow Energy and Prism if they're attached to basic Pokemon. So, decks revolved around Kling Klang. Really making a showing so far. It's actually won 3 Battle Roads, which is pretty unexpected. Probably taking after the deck that won the Japanese National Championship, using that Hydreigon, which allows you to move around Dark Energy. So, it's modeled around that, uses Max Potion and a bunch of big basic Pokemon. So look out for Kling Klang. It might be making a splash near you soon. The other strange deck that won a Battle Road is actually revolved around Lugia Legend. The card we never thought would see any sort of play ever has won a Battle Road. And it's actually something to look out for. Now that the format is revolving around EX Pokemon, Lugia Legend can come in, use Elemental Blast for 200 damage, and get you 2 free prizes. So we've actually seen Lugia win a Battle Road. So, looks like even though people have complained that creativity is at an all-time low with just these big EXs, people have found ways to adapt to the format and come up with new decks. So it's always cool to see when these strange new decks develop, and we'll see if they were just one-hit wonders or if they stay along and they're actually Tier 1 competitors. We do have quite a few weeks of Battle Roads leading up to the big culmination at US Nationals, so it'll be interesting to see how everything develops in these next couple weeks. We are about a month away from US Nationals, so everybody is trying to prepare and get ready for the big event. So we'll keep you updated on more Battle Road results, but right now Darkrai is number one, but there's definitely other decks out there looking to make a name for themselves too. In a controversial move, the creators of Pokemon TCG Online actually decided to disable the multiplayer feature, shutting it down completely as they look to remodel the entire program. Many people were upset with having this whole multiplayer taken away from them, but the creators, and I agree with them, decided that the game was just too buggy, had too many glitches, and nothing really worked out, so they're going to shut it down. They felt like it wasn't a good representation of their product, so they're going to remodel it completely and come out with it at the end of the summer, hopefully revamped and ready to go. So right now, you can still play the single player, the Trainer Challenge. If you go to PokémonTCG.com, you can play that for free. It's actually turned into a downloadable client, so you don't have to deal with that laggy browser-based game that used Flash. Now you can download it onto your computer and you can play it. You can play all the way through the single player. Unfortunately, you can't build your own decks at this point, but it's a fun little program to get players introduced to the game. So if you know anybody that wants to learn how to play, definitely point them in the direction of this new program. And I'm very optimistic about how Pokemon TCG Online is going to develop in the coming months. Hopefully we get the product that we've all been hoping to see. So Pokemon TCG Online multiplayer has been shut down indefinitely, but hopefully it's back up online, bigger and better than ever by the end of the summer. Some exciting news came out regarding some brand new tins that will be coming out soon, featuring none other than Mewtwo EX, Darkrai EX, and a brand new Rayquaza EX. So these are 3 cards that are extremely expensive that will now be released in these tins that you can get for probably $15 or $20. So instead of having to go out, shell out $50 or even more for your Darkrai or Mewtwo EX, you can now buy these tins and you'll be able to build your decks for a lot cheaper. So I'm sure a lot of people will be happy with this decision, and the only negative part about this is that the tins don't come out until September. So they will not be around for Nationals or Worlds. You'll have to wait until after Worlds is over, all the way in September, to get your hands on these new tins. But the bright side is, when Rayquaza EX comes out, you won't have to spend a bunch of money on them. So you can go get tins, and if you didn't want to spend the money on your Mewtwo's and Darkrai's and you were holding out, now is going to be your chance to get them for a lot cheaper. So this is going to be great for a lot of players to build competitive decks for a lot cheaper. So looking forward to these new tins coming out. This is great news, and hopefully this will bring a lot of players into the game, because a lot of people complain that the big power cards like Mewtwo and Darkrai are just too expensive, and this kind of brings a solution to that. So in September, look forward to these new tins featuring Mewtwo, Darkrai, and Rayquaza EX. Okay, well that's going to wrap it up for episode number 6 of Poké Center. Sorry that I didn't get this out sooner. Hopefully I'll be able to get some more episodes on a weekly basis, just leading up to US Nationals, since that is such a very big deal. If you have any questions, please send them to ttcpokecenter@gmail.com. I will be having a question and answer segment at the end of every show. Unfortunately, it's been such a long time since I've had a show that none of the questions I had were still relevant, so I apologize to people who did ask questions, but I'll be answering them for the next episode. So, thanks everybody for watching, and also be sure to check out our website. We have brand new playmats on sale. We had a playmat design contest not too long ago, and Chris Bloom from Michigan actually had the winning design, and now we have them on sale for everybody. They look really, really nice. So if you'd like to support us, please purchase one of these on our website. Just head over to thetopcoat.net. You should be able to find a little image of our playmats, and if you want to just help us out and get a cool new playmat in the process, we would really appreciate it. So thanks everybody for watching. I've been Pooka, and this has been Poké Center, and I'll see you guys next time.